Hi everyone, so this is going to be a kind of rambly style video. Obviously you'll know that by the title anyway, but it's a hair related video, and that's one of my most requested topics, is to talk more about hair. But I don't tend to do it because I'm not overly passionate about hair care. It's not what I love. I love skincare, I love makeup, I love fashion, but hair care isn't something that I'm particularly passionate about. So it's not something that I kind of always want to talk about or always have interesting things to talk about, and it's not something I spend a lot of time doing. But recently I've been getting a couple of questions and things from people, and I've also been really unhappy with my hair recently as well, because I feel like due to the changes in weather and that kind of thing, it's become a lot more frizzy and just kind of not as nice and as defined as it normally is, and I am subjected to bad hair days, which for most people they probably think, and what are you talking about? But I am someone who is incredibly lucky, and considering I have a lot of hair and it's very curly, I didn't tend to get bad hair days. My hair pretty much always looked the same. If I did the routine that I knew worked for it, my hair pretty much always looked nice. And then over the last, I'd say probably 6 months, maybe sort of like 8 months, I just feel like my hair's slowly become very difficult to handle and kind of just has a mind of its own. And I'm aware that some of that is to do with weather. The weather is colder, the weather is much more windy, it's damp, your hair doesn't look the same, and my hair looks its best when it can dry naturally, and it can't dry naturally at the moment because it's very, very cold. So I've started going to bed with wet hair, which sometimes turns out really well and I get really great kind of well-defined curls, but then other times it kind of works against me and my hair just kind of looks a bit mushed and just not very nice. And I've been kind of trying out a couple of different products. I've been sort of trying to do things a little bit differently and see if I can get my hair to a place where I like it. And the other thing that keeps kind of happening a lot is I keep getting questions and comments from people talking about how my hair looked in my original hair videos. If you haven't seen them, I'm going to pop them in the description box for you to go and have a look at. But I'm constantly getting questions like, why doesn't your hair look like that? When are you going to have your hair look like that? How come your hair isn't as nice as it was then? And I kind of feel that they're a little bit hurtful in a way, because I know that people kind of don't mean it in a bad way, but I sort of feel like it's not really the most polite thing to say. And those videos are very old. Those videos are when I first started on YouTube, so they're 2 years old, and my hair was completely different then. My hair was dyed black, it's my natural colour now, and my hair was a lot shorter. You obviously can't see how long my hair is because of the fact that it's curly, but my hair is very long and my layers are very long. And I do think that having shorter layers in curly hair is the key. It makes your hair kind of have the best shape, and the body in it just looks great, and that's what I really love to have. But the woman who cut my hair isn't around to do it anymore. She moved away, and I am absolutely paranoid about going to a hairdresser that I don't know and getting them to cut my hair, because I know someone can have like a disastrous haircut, and if you've got straight hair it's really painful, but if you've got curly hair, triple that, because it's hair that's hard to deal with anyway. But yeah, as I was saying, I just kind of feel like it's not really going how I wanted it to, and I just feel like every day I kind of look at my hair and I'm not quite happy with it, and I just feel like it's kind of becoming really frizzy, and the weather's just making it kind of behave really badly. And some days it looks okay, but other days it just looks really terrible, and it is really getting me down because it's not something that I'm used to, which sounds kind of self-indulgent, but that really is the case. And I know that so many of you will be able to relate to it as well, especially if you've got curly hair because hair changes, people change, and my hair that I had in my video 2 years ago was extremely shorter than it is now. It was probably about that length all over. It wasn't particularly long, and it's very long now, and it's not as layered, which means that it looks different. And I don't think that I love my hair more then, or I love it less now. I think that there are days when I'm happy with it and days when I'm not. And the other thing that's kind of bugging me a little bit which I'm really not sure what to do about, is I feel like the colour of my hair at the moment, it's my natural colour, and I feel like it's not really flattering my skin tone at the moment. I am quite pale because it's very, very cold, and it's not like I've really got a chance to kind of get a tan or anything like that. I know I keep touching my hair constantly, but I think it's because I'm talking about it, it's making me more aware. Yeah, I'm pale at the moment, and even when I've got fake tan on, I'm still not as dark as I was when I lived in a hotter climate, obviously, and so my hair's kind of getting darker, and it's kind of going quite cool toned, which I don't think really suits my skin. That being said, I don't really want to go and dye it, because then I feel like you have to keep doing it, and I'm just not a fan of having to deal with my hair. I don't like having to do things to it. I don't want to have to worry about dyeing it every month and that kind of thing. And also, a lot of people have been asking me about the kind of highlighted sections in my hair, and can I talk about how to do highlights for curly hair. And I haven't got highlights. The last time I had highlights was when I was about 13. I've only ever had highlights twice in my whole life, and they weren't for me. I don't like that regrowth stage you get when you have highlights. It's better if you've got a block colour and then you get a bit of regrowth, but when you've got highlights and then you start to get regrowth, I just hate how it looks. I hate the kind of messiness, and I feel like it just doesn't look right. So I wouldn't ever get highlights again, and the lighter parts in my hair are natural. My hair is naturally quite kind of, if I'm in the sun, my hair does get quite naturally sun-kissed, but that particular streak is a streak that I've mentioned before, I've always had in my hair. It's always been very, very blonde. I've always had it as a child. It's like some people have a birthmark. I have it in my hair. It's just a streak that's a lot lighter than everywhere else. And I know that some of you might think it sounds a bit weird, but it's just a part that just grows lighter than everywhere else, and I don't really want to cover that up because I kind of like that. So I don't want to have to dye my hair and cover it up. I'm thinking maybe getting a kind of semi-permanent dye like the L'Oreal Casting Creme Gloss, getting a kind of semi-permanent one of those and putting it all over and trying to kind of make my colour just a little bit warmer around my roots. I feel like it's really, really dark. So I don't know if anyone has had that kind of problem, then maybe let me know in the comments below and let me know what you think. But apart from that, that's kind of what I wanted to do in this video. It's not a particularly informative video or anything like that. I just thought it was something that some of you might find interesting. And I know as well that I had a comment yesterday from somebody, and it was a comment that actually really bugged me, saying that in a video I did about cuts for curly hair, which I will link below, I said that I don't think that short hair is a great option when you've got curly hair. But people take everything you say on YouTube so literally. Sorry, my voice kind of went a bit weird then. People take everything you say on YouTube so literally that I feel sometimes like you can't breathe without somebody jumping at you and kind of taking it the wrong way. And obviously some people look great with curly short hair, and it looks really cool on some people. I just meant, as a general rule, cutting your hair into a bob and thinking it's going to look how it looks on people with straight hair isn't how it's going to be with curly hair, and you need to be aware of that. That was kind of all I meant by that. And I've had kind of a few people that have kind of gotten offended and said that, what do I know, I've got really long hair and I've got longer hair than most. And I kind of don't think that's particularly relevant either. You know, yes, I've got long hair, but so what? It's not an issue. It's not anything, you know, amazing. My hair isn't like Rapunzel. So, and I'm sure that there are people out there that have got even longer hair than mine. It doesn't matter. But it was just kind of my opinion about hair, and I've had a lot of experience dealing with my own hair over the years. But obviously, you know, I'm not a hairdresser. As I said, I'm not overly even into hair. So that kind of does affect it. But apart from that, I know some of you wanted me to talk about kind of updos and that kind of thing for curly hair. That's another thing. I never ever wear my hair up unless I'm at home and not going anywhere, because I don't like what it does to my face. I feel like it makes my face look really fat when I wear it up. So I don't tend to wear my hair up out. But I might kind of try and sort of wear it. Sometimes I'll wear it in a messy bun, but even then I don't think I'd be confident enough to rock the messy bun outdoors. But apart from that, yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to say in this video, and just my kind of growing frustration with curly hair. It's one of those things that, you know, it just that's how it is. It can't always do what you want it to do, and sometimes it's a pain in the ass, and then sometimes it looks great. Nothing we can do about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye.